All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Something Cafe. I am your host, Celestino Dooley. This is episode 33. 33, I believe. It's episode 33, and it's Brittany, bitch, because it was my birthday 2 days ago. I turned 22, and hey, I feel the same. I weighed myself this morning as, I'm a man who is on a journey to lose weight with zero motivation to do so, but all the motivation to not feel like a bag of trash. Those of you on audio do not understand what just happened. One of my cats just knocked over one of my lights, and it landed on top of me. That is when I get the spray bottle. Spray bottle time. Lars has gotten so used to it that I can spray him like 10 times and he just won't move. But Larry. Back to what I was saying. My birthday a couple days ago, turned 22. And yeah, so I weighed myself this morning, and I'm confused because 2 weeks ago I was 291. I'm a big boy, I'm a big boy. I'm told I carry my weight well, not like I have a choice. It's all in my stomach and my fupa. If my fupa were a Yu-Gi-Oh card, it would be the Blue Eyes White Dragon of fupa. And when I say people have said that I hold my weight well, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, people say I hold my weight well. Like, I know, like, I look so good. I'm like so skinny. Like, no, like I know I hold my weight well because people have told me that, and people have been honest. Because when they say that, I'm like, all right, like, I need you to be I know you're trying to compliment me, but like, you're trying to compliment. I'm trying to investigate. What do you mean by that? Like, I don't even know what that means. And I said, you can be brutally honest. Like, I'm just trying to understand. And the ones that are honest with me say, like, well, yeah, like, you are a big dude. Like, you are fat. Like, that's just a fact. But you being fat, like, you don't look 300 pounds. You look close, but you don't look 300. And that's what I've been told. I don't know what I look like. I am the worst judge to myself. I don't even know what looks good on me. I'm wearing a really kind of shitty t-shirt today, but that's just because it's my lounge day, and I have a pretty big DJ gig that I need to prepare for later tonight. So I want to get comfortable and kind of get ready for that. I've got some stuff to do. But yeah, okay. So I weighed in this morning, 290. I weighed in 2 weeks ago, 290, 291. Heavy. I've never hit 300. I hope to God I never touch that number. I'm afraid if I do, you won't hear from me again. That's like my biggest fear. But I'm a dude who likes to eat. I'm a dude who hates exercise, which honestly, that might not be true. I just have to find my exercise. I kind of feel like sometimes, you know what? I do love my little kitty cats. I love my cats. This new furniture I got, I mean, you can't really see it right now, but like for guest episodes, I haven't had a guest episode yet with these chairs, But for guest episodes, it's gonna be great. But for solo episodes, I'm just gonna keep the video like this. But Lars has started to like scratch and claw at the furniture, which just I cut the cheese. I just need to schedule an appointment with a vet to get his claws trimmed. I don't want to declaw him because that's messed up. But I do need to get into the vet and say, yo, I don't want you to declaw him, but I need you to cut these bitches down as short as you can. Like, he is ruining my furniture. He is fat and strong, so he has I mean, the dude's strong. He's got a lot of power. And he knows that, you know. So, I don't know. The only reason I brought that up was because Larry was like shaking his butt, getting ready to pounce on Lars. Um, but yeah, I I I I just need to find my exercise. Everyone says just go on walks, and I get kind of anxious about the like my time and the like spending time in my day, and like when I get home from work, the last thing I want to do is anything physical. I'm still trying to transfer to a closer campus, to a closer hospital of the same company. So maybe when that happens, I'll have a bit more energy and my drive won't be as far, and I can spend that time. There's actually there's a couple good little parks around here, little nature parks. Um, so yeah, I'll think about that. Um, but I weighed in this morning and I'm 271. Something doesn't make sense. I did not lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. So it could have been because I didn't. I mean, I don't know, and I know my scales up to date. Scales, they just don't make sense to me, man. They never have. They can be the most unpredictable ones, and this is a good scale. This is a this is a nice scale. Like, this isn't one of them cheapos that that looks, no, this is like a glass top, electronic, hooks up to your phone. I know. Oh, and it doesn't even take it doesn't have anything to do with the batteries because you charge it the same cord use to charge my phone. I charge my scale. Like, I know it's working, and I'm 271 this morning. I am on a new medication. I'm on a couple new medications actually. I'm all medicated up, brother. I'm a damn near walking pharmacy. Um, Lars and Larry are playing now. It's so cute. They're so cute. They're so cute. Yeah, I'm a damn near walking Walgreens, brother. I'm a walking Walgreens with some dude titties, brother. So, um, I am now taking uh. So I struggled with binge eating disorder when I was younger, and the effects still kind of linger. It was really bad when I was younger, though. Very bad. Before I got it under control. Honestly, before I moved to Florida for college. Like, before I moved out, I should say. Because um, it was bad. It was bad. I remember one story. I don't even know if I told my why would my parents know this? It's not even saying I don't even know if I told my parents isn't even the right term. It's just like my parents don't know this, but there was this one story, and I don't know, it wasn't anything crazy, but it was like when I really broke, and I really like I was too young to realize I had a problem, but old enough to realize something was off. So my my whole family, really, we participated a lot in this swimming club, right? Declan and I, Declan being my little brother, we would take swimming lessons and all that stuff. Mom and dad would work / volunteer for like the concessions or the timers or this or that, just being good parents. And um sometimes they would take like concession snacks home, like ones that didn't sell, ones that were going to expire in a couple days, and we weren't going to have a meet, or like a meet is like a parentheses game for swimming, a swim meet. Let's say they were going to expire before the next meet, whatever. Sometimes mom and dad would take them home. And I remember one day, I don't know where we got it from, but we got like like a huge box of king sized paydays. If you don't know what paydays are, I don't even know if it's caramel. I don't know. I think it's caramel. It's a caramel candy bar, which is just pure caramel. It's not like it's no, it's a stick of caramel that's covered in like peanuts. And man, I remember, and I would have been real young. I would have been 10, 9, whatever. And I remember sneaking out in the middle of the night and grabbing like as many. I grabbed like 5 or like 6, and I was little, so these things were huge to me, right? Like these things were like the size of like the length of my forearm. And I remember going up in the top bunk of my bed and just for like an hour, like peeling off each and every peanut because I couldn't be bothered to at least eat the peanuts. Um, I I I would and I just took those 6 huge payday candy bars, peeled the peanuts off of all of them, and just ate the caramel bar. And man, I was like, that was the first time I realized. Yeah, that was like the first time I realized, like, all right, I've got like I'm not just fat, I'm not just hungry. Like because I wasn't hungry. There's just something. Um, and you've got to be careful with self diagnosing. It's really really easy for one day you eat a bunch of things and then you can say, "Oh, I have binge eating disorder. Oh, I need help." Like no, sometimes you just need to realize no, you just don't have you lack control or you know or whatever. It's kind of the same logic you use when it's like, oh, does Celestino need these like all of these antidepressants to feel better? No, 50-50. 50% antidepressants, but the other 50% is lose weight, stupid. It's like don't my advice to you is don't beat around the bush. Like be you should be honest with everybody, but the person you should be the most honest with is yourself. Be honest with yourself, and I'm honest with myself. And you would think, okay, so if Celestino's honest with himself a lot about his physical health and this that, wouldn't that make him sad a lot? That's also a 50-50. Of course I'm upset, right? I don't want to be super unhealthy, and I would like to change, and I'm taking small steps now. But at the same time, I am happy that I'm that honest with myself because it helps me realize, you know what? Like, dude, that's just how it is right now. Like, being upset about it isn't going to do anything. Like, crying about how I'm fat or crying about how I don't want to hit 300, that's not productive in any sense. Like, even bad things that can happen to you are productive, and that's not even one of them. It's just not, you know? So, um, I say all that to say I don't know what's up with my scale. I've got binge eating disorder, and I got prescribed a new medication that's been putting that under control, and it's been helping a lot. I don't want to say that's why I lost all that weight. I seriously don't think I even lost that weight. I seriously think there's just something. I don't trust scales. That's damn it. That's the bottom of the line. I don't trust scales. But I do have a medication now that's helping me with that, where I can make myself, two quesadillas like I usually do, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, I can't even start the second one. That's pretty awesome if you ask me. It's helping me form better habits. I also got prescribed a new antidepressant. So the one I've been taking for the last 4 years, they I think I talked about this last week. They did the gene swab on me, and apparently they can run it through some tests and find out which antidepressant is best and which one is the worst. And the doctor called me. The doctor said the gene swab came in, and the best one is this one that we're gonna prescribe to you now. But the worst one is the one that you've been taking for the last 4 years. And I go, good deal. Glad to hear that. We're sending cars to space, but the gene swab just got invented. That joke killed the other day. All right. So, hey, I believe this is today's Saturday. So this is day 3 of taking the new medication. It won't start yet. It won't kick in until like maybe tomorrow or Monday. Today is Saturday, right? Yeah, today is Saturday. But for my birthday, which was on Thursday, I took off Thursday, I took off Friday, and Monday's off for Labor Day, which I didn't even realize. And yeah, no, it's been really nice. Like I have not really taken time for myself like this. People ask me, "Hey, what'd you do? Did you party? Did you this?" You know what I did? On Thursday, I woke up, and I sat down. I played some video games. I'm playing Risk of Rain 2 right now. A couple new updates came in for that, so I'm really excited. And I've been playing that. I've been loving it. It's my birthday, so I've been having a whole lot of kratom. I can get away with that. A lot of it's been free. I've got some great friends, and the cafe that I do a lot of my gigs at. The manager told me to stop by, and when I came in, they all, happy birthday, and they gave me like 6 cans for free. So means a lot. I make jokes. I don't have any friends, but what I've realized is I don't have friends when I'm at home, but when I go to places, I have friends. But yeah, dude, my birthday, 22, just kind of hung out, chilled. I went and got my hair done, eyebrows, beard, the whole deal. And I went home, FaceTime my parents, opened some of the gifts that they sent me. Some have to do with the podcast, so I'm really excited to reveal that. Not this episode though, just because I don't want to, like, I'm trying to Even though these are relaxing days, I do have a little bit going on. You know, I last night at the cafe. Well, I can just say a little bit of promo. Elevate Cafe in Maitland, Florida. Probably one of my favorite kava bars. And that's the place where I do all like most of my DJ gigs at. So I used to DJ every Friday night there, but they moved it to every other Friday. Which I was like, it kind of sucks. But then they upped my wage, which to compensate. So what they're doing now is game night, which first the manager asked me if I wanted to host that, and of course I said yeah. But then I slept on it, and the next day I shot him a text, and I said, you know what, no thank you. Maybe maybe I should have a day of the week to myself where I come to the cafe. Because when I go to the cafe, it is just to work. I don't hang out with anybody. It is just to work. What do I mean by that? Like podcast, commissions. I've got a buddy at work that's wanting me to make him some music for his news channel. Um and it was really fun. It was a nice little birthday kind of. This is my birthday weekend, right? And it was really nice. I brought my Pokemon cards. I was worried that no one was gonna have or like know how to play it or have the cards to play it, but I still brought them. I almost didn't go. My anxiety was getting to me, which is what this medication is going to help me with. That's how my anxiety works. It's like I will be excited for this thing for a long time, and then an hour before, I start thinking to myself like, maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I should tell him that I got sick. I don't know. I just get really anxious. But I went and I brought all of my cards, my play mat, and my dice, and all that stuff. And my friend Brittany, previous co-host of Cafe Critique, guest on episode 3 of the Something Cafe. She bought me 6 cans. Thank you, Brittany. That was very, 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 very sweet of her. I really appreciated that. I sent her a text. I said, "If you were not gay, I'd kiss you." And to that she said, "Try me." So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, very, very nice. And I got to play 2 games because a game of the Pokemon card game, they can last kind of long. It was really fun. The first game I played was with my friend Adam, and he did something really, really nice. He didn't know how to play, but he sat down and he said, "All right, teach me, bro." If I could say the N word, I'd say I'll say that's my brother, my brother, because that is an awesome, awesome move. That meant a lot to me because he kind of saw I was kind of sitting there, you know. I had all my decks out. I almost looked like I was a vendor, like I was selling something. Like I had the decks propped up so people could see that it was Pokemon, and I was just sitting there waiting for someone to come play. I made sure to bring all of my decks because those who did know how to play like those who didn't have decks could use some of mine. But he sat down and he said, "Teach me," and that is something that not a lot of people do. Um, and it was cool. So the whole point of the game night, it wasn't just game night. So like every game, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Mario Kart, Secret Hitler, chess, even like rock paper scissors. Um, it was you got a certain amount of points for each winner of each game. Oh, Jack box, which I won by like 10,000 points. It was like it was genuinely like a world record. Like I have no idea how I was doing so good. But each game you get a certain amount of points for the winner, and then you can spend those points on drinks. So I got like 6 points by the end of the night. Got myself something for free. But it was nice, So Adam and I beat Adam, right? Because I'm a Pokemon master. Um, but so it was 2 points for a winning Pokemon game. But since he sat down and he didn't know how to learn, I just told him, hey, dude, like it's 2 points for the winner. But since you sat down and you didn't know how to play and this was your first time, just go tell the person working that it was a draw, and we split the points. So 1-1. You cannot draw in Pokemon, but no one knows that. And he was like, "Oh, dude, thank you so much," because he knew. Like he was being really nice, but at the same time, I knew he was thinking like, I could be playing a game where I could actually be getting some points for some free drinks, because that was his goal for the night. So because he humored me, I was just like, dude, go just go tell them that we drew, and just we both get 1 point. So that was cool. And then I met a really cool guy last night, who our we have our lives have passed by each other so many times but never met. It was weird. Like that is proof of God right there, brother. Like he used to live at. Oh my gosh! Let me hold on. Let me take a drink before I get into this. So this is crazy. I mean, this is so. His name is Adrian. I don't need to hide that because he's gonna come on an episode soon. Um. Oh my gosh. He used to live at the old apartment complex that I used to live. Let's just call the complex S. So him and I used to live at S, and we didn't know each other, like complete strangers. But the maintenance guy who I got to be friends with, because there was one day, it was like the first week that my neck tick is going crazy. It's because I'm excited to tell this story. Let's just get it out. There we go. Um, there's this maintenance guy at the complex who, it was like the first or second week of me even being there. He came in to do, I don't know, something, not something that I had to submit, something like a fire extinguisher check or pest or whatever. Um, and I'm a and I'm a talker regardless of the stutter. And we got to talking, and I told him why I moved down here. I said, "Oh, I'm going to this school who's that's right down the road. I'm going for music production." Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, "Oh, cool. Like, show me something." And at that point, I didn't have anything. But I said to him, "Hey, I don't have anything right now, but come back in a couple of weeks. You know, whenever the next maintenance check is, or whatever, I'm gonna have something to play." And he was like, "All right, sweet." And a couple weeks passed, probably like a month, and I released my song "Mala Para Me," which was my first ever song I released. I got a text yesterday from a kid I went to school with, a kid I haven't talked to in forever, and it was a screenshot of him listening to Malapara Me saying like, "Yo, this song is awesome," and I'm just like, wow, people still listen to my stuff. I'm like, felt pretty good, because that was my first song ever. When I listened to that song, I all I can hear are the mistakes. That was also really early into when I was learning Spanish, so my Spanish was so gringo. My Spanish was so blanco, man. Like it was so man, like even when I listen to it now, it's like I wish I could just go in and just like change it. But I'm not, obviously. Like you can't, but I'm not. Um but yeah, my Spanish was mi español fue ser muy gringo, mi amigo. Mi español fue muy malo, pero mi español ahora, mi español es ahora bueno. Mi español ahora, mi español ahora bueno porque yo trabajo con muchos puertorriqueños. Sí, yo trabajo con muchos puertorriqueños, maricas, y, y yo tengo mucha práctica en mi trabajo. Um, y, uh, y mis amigos enséñame a mis amigos enséñame muchas palabras en español, palabras nuevos, sí, y un poquito mal educado, sí, sí, ah, sí, pero yo quiero entender más, yo quiero entender más, yo quiero ser más, yo quiero ser más bien, porque, porque yo quiero yo quiero la habilidad de hablar un poquito más como agua, sí, como agua. Pero ahora es un poquito bien. Es una cosa extraña, sí, sí. Um, and for a moment there, I forgot I slipped into Spanish. Sorry guys, from home, which is like 90% of my viewership. But yeah, so um, I just got a text for a commission. Let's make some money. Um, but yeah, so back to what I was saying. Malaparmi, maintenance dude, came back. Jose, that's his name. I show him Malaparmi. He's like awesome. He was just like really he just really liked this song. I was like, okay, cool. Apparently, this new friend I made, Adrian. Now I almost wonder if I want to save this story for when he comes on. So, what a what a dick move of me. But you know what? Adrian finds that song, and I will leave it at that. And when he comes on, we'll tell the rest of the story because it goes even more like it goes cross country of him knowing who I am without knowing. And I'll leave it at the same maintenance guy went around while doing maintenance with two other people's places and he was showing people my song. And one of them was Adrian, the second guy I played the Pokemon card game with last night. Let's leave it at that. Cool little cliffhanger, and when he comes on, we'll tell the rest of this story. He beat me last night. Because he said he hasn't played much. So of course I let my guard down. Maybe he did that on purpose. But he beat me last night. I don't let anybody beat me. But I've got like I've got no 20 is a big number. I've got like 12 different decks and it varies. Like I've got one deck that's like a pure learning deck. It's like super learning, simple. It sucks cuz my ex has the other half. It was a gift to her so she could learn, and like you would have one deck and then the other person would have the other and you would learn to and you would learn to together. I wish I had the deck she has so I could have the whole set cuz I've turned into a collector. Like when I was younger, it like I mean, I've obviously been collecting like my whole life, but now that I'm older, like it's an actual collection, and I'm trying to figure out a way to turn some part of my apartment into like the Pokemon shrine or something. Um, but it has turned into an actual collection, and I have a budget for it. I'm smart with it. Every time I go grocery shopping, I grab one thing. Hey, shoot me. I make my own money. But I do grab, when I'm out there grabbing milk and deodorant and dish soap and cheese, I'll stop by the little card section. I'll grab a little thing here or there. You know what I mean? Um, but I did get some Pokemon cards for my birthday as a 22-year-old man. Um, Following all these collectors on social medias and stuff makes me feel better about me collecting because it's nothing to be ashamed about. It's like the same as like a 50-year-old dude who collects sports cards. It's like, but there is a little bit of that nuance of like juvenilism, you know. But I am looking at two unopened new boxes. I haven't opened them yet. I'm actually going to open them after this. I'm excited. I got some Kratom. I love opening Pokemon cards with some Kratom. It just makes it all the more fun. I have the new Shrouded Fable Elite Trainer box, and it's funny. So when I buy Pokemon cards online, it's through the TikTok shop. Why? You might say, well, that sounds a little sketchy. My friend, the TikTok shop is amazing. Why? Because almost everything on there has such a large discount because it's not Walmart's not making a profit. Target's not making a profit. You know what I mean? It's coming from these it's just normal stores who make like when I say stores, I'm talking like card stores. I have a card store down here in Florida that's like 10 minutes away. It's called Sports and Pokemon. Very straight to the point. One of the coolest rooms I've ever been in. I've always wanted to go to one of their events, but I'm really afraid because I'm anxious and it's like I'm gonna be among a bunch of other 400 pounds sweaty dudes who wear the button shirt unbuttoned with the shirt under it. But then when I look at their stories sometimes, it'll be like, oh, congratulate the winner of this that. It is the hottest woman in the planet. I'm like, what? Like, I need to get over this anxiety. I just need to go there and have fun. Not because there's a hot girl there, but it's like, but the reason why that's important is because it's like that's proof that I just need to stop being anxious. Like, it's not just losers that go there. Everyone does. Like, they'll post, because they do a lot of really cool events. Like it's like every $10 or $20, you get a golden ticket. You put your name on it, your phone number, and you put it into like a prize pool for something at the end of the month. And I haven't bought anything from them recently. Why? Because the TikTok shop. It's expensive at the actual shop. And when I say expensive, I'm not saying it's more expensive than than any other shop. It's the same price at Walmart. In fact, their prices are a little cheaper than Walmart's, but the TikTok shop's different. Like, for example, a Pokemon Elite Trainer box from the actual Pokemon company. Like, if you bought it from the website, it's like 50 bucks. Walmart 50, maybe 40. The sports and Pokemon shop 40, but they have a lot of deals. So they'll be 40 bucks, but then Oh my gosh, there was this one deal. I was at I was at Elevate, and I told my friend sitting next to me. I said, "Hey, I need to go right now. I'm gonna leave my stuff here. I'll be right back." Okay. He said yeah, because they were doing a deal where buy one elite trainer box get one free. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?" And it was only because it was like it was like an older elite trainer box. I don't care. I don't have it yet. I don't care about getting the new one right then and there. But the one I do have is the newest one that my parents got me. Thanks, mom. Thanks, dad. Um, but the deal that they were running was on like an old, like an older box, brother. It was like $20, and I got two. That's like $80. $20, dude. And I got some free sleeves. Like I was like, dude, the store is great, but it's like I don't. It's 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 a it's a drive, and you hate leaving a store empty handed, right? So the TikTok shop, I haven't even told. I am the worst and the best storyteller at the same time, because I will go on about a point and never get to the actual point. The ETB, the Elite Trainer Box on the TikTok shop, is like $30 to $20. That's the point of what I'm trying to say. I'm looking at my empty ETB boxes right now, and I think I got half of them from the TikTok shop. Um, yeah, I think I got half of them from the TikTok shop. Yeah, $20 to $30, and that's without deals. So when I go to Walmart, and I go grocery shopping for food and stuff, and I go by the cards and by the cards section, I only get what I know I can get cheaper. I'm smart about that. And why am I going into this so much? You might ask. Because I'm still a kid, and I know my parents are listening. I'm 22, but I'm still a freaking child, dude. So I want to prove to them that I'm like, smart, which they already know that, but I don't want them thinking that I'm some. And they know this. I just asked my mom yesterday. I was like, "Mom, you don't think I'm stupid, do you?" She was like, "Of course I think you're stupid." No, she didn't say that. She was like, "Of course you're not." And I'm like, I just want to prove to them and to any, I don't know. I want to make sure no one thinks I'm some financial loser. Oh, he spends all of his money on Kratom. He spends all of his money on Pokemon cards. Like, no, I don't. Maybe it's just because I'm just anxious of people thinking that's the truth. When really, let me tell you this, guys. Um, I have really been taking back my kratom consumption. My doctor said she wants me to take it back. I asked her why. She said, "I don't know why, but I just it's she the my doctor said there isn't a specific reason or thing that the kratom is doing to you that is the reason why I want you to take it back. The only reason I want you to take it back is because I want you to practice not always having a weapon to fight these battles of anxiety." I go, "Hey, fair, fair." She doesn't know about it. I know all about it, but she doesn't. It's not approved by the FDA yet, so ringing endorsement. But I have been taking it back a lot. Um, I've been feeling better, not because I've been taking it back, but because I hope you guys like this episode. You know, like it's kind of funny because the only comment that I ever think about a lot that actually bothers me was left by my own mother. Oh my gosh, mom, you beautiful woman. The comment she left was like it was like months ago, but it was her comment was less self-therapy and more comedy, please. Which I'm like, that's just gonna make me need more therapy. Thank you. So thanks for that, Mom. But this isn't self-therapy. This is just me guys. This is just me talking. This is the Something Cafe. This is where you come to chill, hang out, for me to give you life updates on myself. Do you guys enjoy that? I don't know. Do you enjoy, like, is it, because all of the podcasts I listen to are all co-hosted. Like, they're fun conversations to listen to, but when it's just me, I don't know. Do you is it, it's not comedy. I mean, I say funny things here and there. I know I'm a funny, I know I can be funny, but is it still enjoyable to like just put it on while you're doing something and just kind of hear me talk about my life and stuff? I don't know. But that comment Mom left, it makes me think like this isn't self-therapy. I can do self-therapy. Those who have been listening for a while, you know I can do self therapy. Shoot, you know? I mean, even a little bit of this of the beginning of this episode was a little bit of self therapy. But I mean, come on. The point of the Something Cafe is for you to stop by the Something Cafe, get yourself a cup of Celestino, just hang out, listen, laugh. You know, maybe learn something. And because I don't think anybody, I won't ever assume that that anyone cares so much to like hear about me and like what's going on in my life. Like I never want to be one of those creators where it's like I have to let the people know. It's like I don't know if you care and I don't care if you don't care, or if you do care, awesome. But that's the Something Cafe, baby. Back to what I was saying. Pokemon cards. What was I saying? Oh, being like a financial kratom. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so I've taken my consumption back a lot. Birthday weekend excluded. I've been having a lot of kratom, and luckily I haven't even been spending that much more because I'm getting a lot of it for free. But I've brought my consumption down by a lot. Why? With this new medicine, it will put out a fire. That fire is anxiety, depression, whatever that is, it's a fire. And I've been putting out that fire with kratom for the last couple of years. Not a bad choice. The only bad part about it is the bad part about coffee, the bad part about sugar, the bad part about it's relying on it. You don't want to rely on coffee to give you energy. You don't want to rely. It's the same thing with my binge eating disorder. I'm trying hard to get over it. In fact, I am over it. I mean, this other new medication is really helping me out. But with the kratom, I've been using it to put out a fire that I need to find other ways to put out. And I'm very grateful that I have amazing parents who I have no drive, no motivation to drink alcohol. I just don't. I I just don't. I I've tried. I've gotten myself some beer or a bottle of wine, and I hear like, oh, it's just nice to have like to have a beer and some just it's fun to have just one beer and play some video games and chill out. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like the taste. I'm kind of for the few times I've had beer. I don't know which one it was. It was like a free beer stand at SeaWorld. That beer tasted good. That beer tasted good. I don't mind the taste. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't drink because of the taste." Blah, blah, blah. I don't drink because I don't even like the effect. And I'm talking across the board. I don't like the buzz or the drunkenness. I don't like either. Neither. Sorry. I don't like neither. I just don't. Kratom is better. Kratom is better. And I hope that I wish that we could just replace every alcoholic beverage with a kratom beverage for everybody in the whole world, because it's the same kind of it's the same thing where it's like, how is it? And we are, as a society, getting better at this. Why is it so much easier to purchase alcohol than marijuana? That's never made sense. And I don't even like marijuana. I've been high. I've been kind of high. I've been Bob Marley high. I don't care for it. I don't. It's fun with friends, but even then sometimes it's scary. Not scary. That's the wrong vocab, because some people do get really really scared. Some people get anxious, and guess what? I haven't even been high enough to even know like if I get anxious or not. I just know the few times I have been high have been very, actually pretty good experiences, like personally. But I have no drive. I am 22 years old. I can go buy some. I could go to the smoke shop right now and buy some gummies. Buy this. Buy that. I just I have done all of these things and I don't care. Kratom's different. Kratom makes me functional. Kratom helps me when I'm feeling anxious. I drink some Kratom, and guess what? 5 minutes later, guess what I feel like? I actually start saying to myself, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. Um, Go to game night, because you're gonna be upset if you did not. It's nothing that makes you high. It's nothing that impairs you. Um, and it's a special thing to me. That's why I get so serious about it. It's like, oh, like why is he why is he bringing his voice to a somber tone? Why is he getting serious? Because this is a serious thing. Kratom's a serious, and it's a special thing to me because it was the first step in me, um in my adult life, overcoming a lot of those obstacles. You can get addicted to anything. You can get addicted to kratom. Very, very, like as much as you can get addicted to caffeine. Um, but that is up to you. Kratom does not have addictive properties like nicotine does. Nicotine is scientifically, you know, I I was going to use the word engineered, but that almost assumes that's that someone made it to be. The chemical compound of nicotine is naturally addictive. It has chemical compounds inside of it that when they go into your body says, I need more of this. So there's a difference, right? Someone can get addicted to alcohol, but it's not like a chemical addiction like nicotine is. It's an addiction. And you can get addicted to kratom. I've been very close to that sometimes, but I have the integrity to say, hey, st- you know, hey, stupid, you are a man. You are not controlled by anything or anyone except for the Almighty. All right, the Almighty, and maybe a woman with a little bit of a fupa on her, long black hair, weighs over 200 pounds, and is not afraid of confidence. God and her. Those are the God first, but God and her. Those are the two things that can probably make me do anything. Come home, my loved one. Um, we just went to a very weird place. But yeah, I was like, no, I am a man, and as a man, I have strength, and with my strength, I'm not gonna let myself get addicted or attached to things. So I so I'm saying all of this to say that I've been doing really well. I guess that's why I went into to the explanation, because when I say I've been doing really well with the kratom, it implies that there were negative effects that I have now been successfully receding. No, it's all positive. But I completely agree with my doctor. Here we go again. It goes back to being honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, dude. Does drinking kratom give me the confidence to say good morning to to a stranger? Yeah, it does. Because naturally I don't. I'm extremely anxious. But does it give me the confidence to smile? I'm period. The confidence to smile. It does. But I'm also smart enough to know, as a man, as a strong person that I am, the strong person that you are, do it yourself. Have some help, get help, do it yourself. Improve yourself, make yourself proud, and do it yourself. So, how's it been going? Well, about a month or two ago, I was drinking 4 cans a day. 4 cans. Two in the morning, two at night. I would put two in my work cup, which is this. It's not even my work cup. This is my everything cup. You'll see this cup when when I DJ, when I go places. Like, I bring that everywhere. But yeah, 2 cans for work, 2 cans when I got home, and I had a budget for it, and I get paid in bar tab from the gigs I do at Elevate, which I would like to change. Um, I would like to be paid cash because previously, when I was drinking 4 cans a day, which is that's a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a lot. 4 cans is a lot. Was it hurting me? No. I obviously, I felt great. You know, it was like I felt fine, Beatles style. But what I was noticing is I was getting really anxious about if I had enough for the next day and the next day. Okay, that's bad. Bad. Um, but these are the moments when I'm happy that I'm single, because I got to learn that I shouldn't be going through that thought process by myself. You know, like, no, like, there wasn't an outside source that said, "Hey, dude, you're kind of always wondering if you have, like, you're always making sure that you have enough for the next day and that day, and then if you don't, you get worried. Like, you should probably." I'm very happy that I was able to come to that conclusion by myself. So I brought down my consumption. I brought it down to 3 a day. 1 in the morning for work and 2 at night. And then I got and I and then sometimes I would only do, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, you know? And it was starting to get much better. I was getting less worried about if I had enough and blah blah blah. This is what I'm talking about with relying on it. And this is the difference that I believe this is the difference between addiction and reliance. Is there a difference? It's a great question. I think addiction is the abuse of reliance. Do you agree? I think addiction is the abuse or even the evolution of reliance, but I think abuse is the right term because abuse is a negative is a negative is abuse a verb or a noun? It's a negative word, and the evolution of reliance is a negative thing. So, by proxy, I believe that addiction is the abuse of reliance. And I was not addicted, I was relying. Is that something that someone addicted would say? I'm not addicted. Yeah, it is. But I know myself. And there's been days where I even forgot to bring my cup to work. And if, when I realize that I'm obviously like, damn it. Like now I'm going to be like sad and slow all day. But guess what I did? Guess what I did on those days? I said to myself, there's nothing you can do now. Just thug it out. Stick with it. And I did. And I was proud of myself. Um I was talking to one of my friends at work. He's an anesthesia tech. And this is the same conversation as what I was explaining to him. This is what these new medications are going to do for me. Is they're going to help me put out the fire that I've been using kratom to put out. So, back to back to the timeline. I went from now then it was 1 in the morning, 2 and sometimes 1 at night. And what I do is I will put however many cans I want into the cup, and then I'll fill the rest with like sparkling water from like flavored carbonated water from Walmart. Great great mix, and the reason I would do that is because it would help me drink less. Because why am I drinking it? I'm drinking it for the effect. But if I like this cup of mine can fit like 4 cans. First of all, way too much kratom. That's not going to hurt you, but it's more than it's more than you need. It's more than you want, really. You want cheesecake right now. I want cheesecake. But let's be real. You couldn't eat a full cheesecake right now because as delicious as cheesecake is, and God forbid I'd probably make it halfway, you would anyone would kind of start to get sick or kind of their stomach to hurt or they're just I can't eat any anymore. So what I do is I put however many cans I want in there and I fill I put a sugar-free Red Bull in there. I put some sparkling water. I make myself a nice little like Mario mushroom drink. It's like my power up drink. Like I get my power from that. You know, um, but so yeah. Then I was doing 1 and 2, and then I got prescribed the Xanax, which we talked about last week. How has that been going? You might ask. It's been going really, 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 really well. How well, ladies and gentlemen? I have not had any kratom in the morning for the last week. And I am so happy. I'm very happy with myself. And that's something that doesn't happen a lot for me. I'm very proud of myself. The only feelings and emotions I feel towards myself are hatred, um, nervousness, anxious, obviously, confusion, and sometimes happy. I feel now. Let's separate. Let's explain what I mean. I feel happy a lot. I'm talking about emotions that I feel towards myself. Right. I don't feel hatred at all. I don't hate anybody. There's a lot of people that I could hate. There's a lot of people that think I hate them. There's a lot of people that my parents could say, yeah, that makes sense that you hate them. I don't. I really don't. And I'm not trying to put on this facade of a wise guy now that I'm 22, but I have gone through a lot of things that mature someone very early, very fast. And there's been a lot of people that I really, really could hate. People that I've seen, almost as of recently, face to face. And I, luckily, at this age at which I am now, have realized that energy put towards any form of hatred, anger, remorse, it's useless. It's useless. And that's because I have in the past, and I realized, wow, this is useless. I am giving myself many reasons to be proud of myself, not just because of the kratom, but when I really take a step back and look at where I am right now, and this is kind of the kratom speaking too. Um, but just like they say, sober thoughts are drunk words, or drunk words are sober thoughts. It's the same thing with kratom. If I didn't have some kratom in me right now, it would be hard for me to say these things just because I would start doubting myself. Oh, what are you talking about? You have nothing to be proud about. Um, but just know that this is genuine, and I do believe this. When I look around and I think to myself what I've accomplished and what I've done at 22 now, 21 really, because 22 just started. I'm happy, and even when I don't feel like that, I can just look around and realize that I had to go through a lot to get where I am now, and I'm still gonna have to. Man, like the shit that I've already been through, shit that I kind of want to tell on the podcast, but it's shit that's bad enough that I don't even think I could talk about it. Not even for my sake, but you know, for others. For the shit that I've been through, I'm doing pretty good. I've got great parents. I've got great parents. You need I wish I could be half I will have succeeded if I could be half as good of a parent as my mom and dad have been to me. Because my mom's tough. Oh, she is tough on me. But in all the right ways. I think that's why I spend so much time trying to prove to her that I'm doing this, I'm trying to get that and doing that done is because I know that's what she would want to hear. And I know that that's what she would want for me. And that's what I'm doing. It was a good birthday, guys. It's a good weekend. It's not even done yet. Taking Thursday and Friday off was incredible. And I'm going to go back to work on Tuesday. And there's going to be bullshit. The same politics, the same bullshit. Because trust me, there's some bullshit going on at my work. Trust me. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I was having a conversation the other day with a good friend of mine that I haven't seen in a long time. We were at the kava bar. It was actually on my birthday. He's the type of guy that I can have the deepest conversation with. And the type of deep conversation that almost every word both of us say, we question it because we try to make sure that we are using the correct vocabulary. That's a good conversation. That's a good conversation. And we were talking, and he says to me, I do not believe that you're 22 because the conviction you have towards your passions and the maturity you've gained to the point where you are aware of some of these rules of life with choosing not to spend energy on hatred or anger and realizing that there is no try. You just have to do what you want to do. He said to me, that is nothing short of an obvious indicator that you are special. And I almost cried. And the trick is now not to take it for granted. The moment I shut off this video, I'm going to go open some Pokemon cards. I'm not going to think about this, right? You can't. You can enjoy the praise that you might get. You can enjoy the accomplishments that you know you've accomplished. But stay away from greed. All right? Stay away from greed. Stay away from, what's the word? It's almost like gluttony of the mind. Don't overdose on everything good you've ever done because you've done some bad stuff. I'm talking to myself. Don't overdose on the good things because you're going to take it for granted, and that's greed. That's being selfish. Just enjoy it, notice it, and let it pass. If you are dealing with anxiety, like I am, the first step is figure out what kind of anxiety is it. Is it emotional anxiety? Is it physical anxiety? Is it anxiety about your environment or is it anxiety about you? Figure that out first. And that'll really help you pinpoint how to take care of it. And sometimes there's nothing we can do. And you know what? There is something beautiful about the things that happen to us that we can't control. Why is that beautiful? Why is that beautiful? Because there is no loss. There is only gain from everything. What is the law in physics? Matter can neither be destroyed nor lost, just changed. I, with my whole possibly 291 or 271 pound body, believe that, and I will take this to my grave. I believe that is the same thing. I think that applies in parallel to emotions. You gain from the worst pain, you lose from the worst pain. You gain with the most, I guess, happy, and you lose with the most happy. And these gains and losses are sometimes minuscule, things that don't matter, and sometimes they're monumental. But I truly believe that things are only gained in this life, even if it's horrible. If I were to, let's go grim, all right? Let's say mom died tomorrow. There is gain and loss in that. What's the gain, you might ask? Well, first, the loss is obvious. The loss is I lose a part of myself. I lose my mom, I lose um, a lot of positive emotions. And this is what I mean by gain is not always good nor bad. It's almost just numerical. What what do I gain by losing my mother? It's less gain and more like what do you get? I gain anger, frustration, grief. Maybe I gain regret. Maybe, that's what I mean. Gain is not always a physical thing. It's emotional too. And I think and the whole reason I bring this up is because I think you and your anxiety, if you have it, remember what I said. First, figure out if it's environmental or if it's self or if it's everything. For me, it's everything. For me, my anxiety, like I only wish, and this is selfish what I'm about to say. Okay? Let's just get that on the table. This is selfish what I'm about to say, but I wish people could even understand a percent of the anxiety and the emotional pain that I go through. And what my doctor said 4 years ago is something I think about every single day. She said, people, she said, 18-year-olds like you, people who score like you and represent this much distress emotionally in the machine and on the papers, people who display the results that you yielded, those people rarely even make it to 18. And I genuinely think about that every single day. And maybe that's my drive. Maybe that's why I don't care that I'm single. You know? That used to be something that I was really anxious about. Maybe not even anxious, maybe embarrassed. Maybe a little bit of both that I'm single. Everyone else around me I've got friends getting married, man. I've got friends getting married. And that's going to keep happening. I'm only 20, 22. And I look around me, I see a lot of really pretty really pretty girls with guys that I think I probably look better than, or guys that I am personally better than. Again, selfishness. Or I'll see pretty girls and it's just like, huh, like, it'd be cool if I could have that. And that's not me objectifying women. That's me saying I wish I could have that. Whoever it is that kind of connection. And I don't, and I haven't ever really. I mean, I've had one girlfriend in high school, and that was I. I was horrible. I just emotionally, I just didn't know what to do, and I really, really messed that up. Um, so I almost would say I've never had a girlfriend because I don't even want to count that just because of how immature I was. But it doesn't bother me anymore. I've got the dating apps, obviously. I mean, even though even if you don't want fish, still cast a line just to see if something happens. But you know what, man? That's all right. And you could be in the same place. Girl, boy, man, woman. What are you? Um, are you single and you are anxious about it? You stress about it? You think to yourself, well, you know, everyone else around me is in a in a relationship and I'm not. That obviously means there's something wrong with me. No, there's not. No, there's nothing about you that repels the people that should be around you. All right. So I'm pretty, I'm pretty happy, man. How would I do any of this if I had a girlfriend? Oh my gosh, that takes so much energy. Would I like to have someone to at least, I haven't, you know, I'm 22 years old. I haven't felt, like I haven't felt a physical connection with someone in 5 years. That's the kind of thing that makes you. I would like to think that's the kind of thing that makes me a little bit stronger. That I've gone so long without. I mean, I haven't had a physical connection with anybody for 5 years. And it helps you realize how unimportant some things are. And you know what is important is you. It's you. What is important is taming whatever fire you've gotten there. Everybody has one. Um, it's a necessity. Everybody has a fire. Is it addiction? Is it selfishness? Is it anxiety? Is it lust? Is it gluttony? It could be gluttony for anything. It could be gluttony for food. It could be gluttony for attention. What is it? What is your fire? Figure that out. And then let's figure out some ways to put it out, to tame it. The most successful people have fires. Your mom and dad have fires. My mom and dad have fires. So trust me, my mom's got a fire in her for a lot of different reasons. But figure out what that fire is, and use the strength that you already have to tame it and to do what you want to do. All right. So, mom, suck it. This wasn't just self therapy. All right. I don't even want to call this therapy, guys. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Because look, the last 30 minutes have been, kind of therapy, but I don't see it that way. I don't. I see it as a good topic. A good topic. A topic that more people need to hear. I hope I could inspire somebody that's listening. And I hope that we all kind of get to a point where we can tame our fires. So, I had a great birthday. It's only Saturday. I've got tomorrow and tomorrow. I've got a gig tonight. I'm a little anxious about it, not gonna lie. But it's in 7 hours. I'm fine. What am I anxious about? It's not that I'm anxious about the event. It's just I'm anxious about I not having enough. I'm gonna put this in the most childish way I can. All right, are you ready? I get anxious just about not having enough playtime before my commitments. But no, 7 hours is plenty. I'm gonna drink some more kratom. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna open up my Pokemon cards. I'm gonna play some Risk of Rain 2. I'm gonna cuddle with my cats. And you should do that. You should do whatever that is for you. Do that. All right. So this was a good episode. I have a lot of guests to line up. I am excited for that. So I've got some guests lined up. I got the new furniture. I'm hoping to make this look more professional, and I got a new piece of equipment that is going to make this look really professional. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. And I'm excited to see where this takes us. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Something Cafe, episode 33. What are we gonna call this one? Maybe a little bit of Pokemon card therapy, or something like that. Evan, my producer slash editor, is back, so he's gonna be back posting short forms again. He was on a little vacay, and that's all right. I got nothing wrong with that. I tell him, dude, you do whatever you need to. You do whatever you need to do. This is our show. So if you need to take a break to go do some stuff, brother, do it. But he's going to be back making short forms. You're going to start seeing those again. We had our first short form hit 1 million views. First, not as in the first short form we ever posted, but the first one that's hit 1 million views. We hit that. Pretty exciting. You can catch the Something Cafe on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Follow us on, and YouTube, the video. The video is on YouTube, and guys, the video is on Spotify too. How cool is that, huh? Catch us on the social medias too. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can find us on everything. Everything. And links will be in the description for all those things. I'm not going to make you work hard, all right? The links are there. All you got to do is go to the episode, go to where the description is, find those links, and brother, you're golden. And sister, you're golden too. So ladies and gentlemen, love yourself a bit more, show a bit more grace, and like always, thank you for grabbing a cup and stopping by the Something Cafe. I'll see you guys next week.